Hi, welcome to Forex In Four. I'm Mike Conlon for FXEDU, and in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to show you the highlights of where the action is in today's Forex market. So let's get started.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, May 10th, 2011. This morning I'm talking about Euro danger. And this comes from the, the files of where there's smoke, there's fire. And, we've been talking, well, actually we haven't been talking a lot about Greece recently, but it dominated the conversation last year and over the summer, for those of you who remember. We were on it just about every day, and I was always trying to come up with a new name for what was going on. You can only use Greek tragedy so many times before it starts to get stale. But basically what's going on over there is that Greece needs to do something to help them out with their the bailout they're receiving, with being able to refinance their debt, to restructure, to do all these different things, and there's competing interests out there in the marketplace that are attempting to sway opinion. They're attempting to see what the market's going to do. People would actually like to see Greece default because the people have purchased credit default swaps to stand to benefit financially greatly from that. All right, other people want to see Greece restructure. So there's a lot of things going on. Maybe there's just talking about more aid going on, but there's many different things happening with Greece. The problem is that interest rates in Greece have gotten so high that there's no way they can refinance on their own. So they need some sort of help. There's a report out this morning that the IMF is arranging further aid for them. We're going to have to see how that goes down. But for right now, Euro is still in danger, okay? Because we're not really certain what's going to happen there. So you can see here, Euro's been selling off the last couple of days, but it really accelerated yesterday in the morning when S&P actually further cut Greece's credit rating. Okay, they said the further cuts could be forthcoming. So right now, Greece high. The euro is sitting just above 142.50, where it was about the low yesterday, and it looks like it may be able to trade a tight range here, just shy of the 144 level. So we'll probably get Greece in a tight range as this situation plays itself out. Speaking of the IMF, just wanted to show you real quick. The Kiwi was actually a little bit lower. It's coming back now, but the IMF said that the Kiwi is roughly 20% overvalued. So I guess there were some folks thinking, hey, that might be a good sell out there. You can see it sold overnight, but it came back a little bit. We have the Aussie. Aussie's a little bit lower, but it's actually flipping around to higher. All right, we had some initial dollar strength going on in the overnight session based on the euro, but you can see here, euro's just flipped back to positive. I'll get it a little bit more granular here on the 5-minute charts for you, and you can see that euro is now made its way back to positive. All right, there's a little bit less risk in the market as this IMF story for Greece unfolds, but Australia had a better than expected trade balance, so it looks like that's going to be flipping around to head back to the green level here and go back to positive versus dollar. All right, we've got the pound. Pound is lower versus dollar. They're coming out tomorrow with their GDP estimates, which are bound to be lower. But they did have retail sales figures that came in today, and they were actually a lot better than expected. So, that's an interesting dynamic there. They were expecting a gain of 2.5%. They got a gain of 5.2%. So, it's kind of interesting to see, which way the Bank of England's going to go here. They can only deny decent economic data for so long, and if they lower their GDP estimates, then when they come around and beat it next time, it's going to be a big surprise, and we didn't foresee that coming. So it looks like the pound's selling off a little bit with that. We've got just dollar yen here. Just want to show you dollar was strengthening versus yen. Now we're weakening a little bit. The yen was picking up some strength on the risk aversion play overnight with the Eurozone, but since that's started to abate, there's not as much demand for yen, although we have dollar weakening here versus the yen. So I think what we're going to see is we're going to see another bit of the weak dollar play. We have commodities which are lower to start the morning, but it looks like that's flipping around. Stocks are higher to start the day. So, it looks like today could be a day driven by dollar weakness again until we get some other news, which, there's no news coming out here in the U.S. today. Just wanted to touch on two other things very quickly. Chinese trade balance came in overnight, and it was much better than expected. Okay, their exports were up more than expected. Their imports were down more than expected. How about that? So that just leads and lends itself to my argument yesterday about China's need to let their currency float. If they had a stronger Chinese yuan, all right, they'd be able to buy more stuff from other people, but apparently they don't want to do that. And then the other thing I just wanted to mention real quick, take a look at dollar versus Swissy. You can see the Swiss franc is pretty weak here, and you can see see this move. Now, I don't cover the Swiss franc a lot, not because it's not an important currency. It is, and there are. It's a major, which is a big currency, but there just isn't a lot of news out for Switzerland, so it usually just flies in there with the safe haven play. But Swiss franc is actually their consumer price index came in lower than expected, so it shows that inflation may be abating there. So that's why we saw some franc weakness. So anyway, that's what I'm looking at today. All eyes are on the Eurozone and what's happening. And I always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. So let's wait and see what the news is here. But, the rumors have been flying about Greece leaving the EU, Greece defaulting, Greece restructuring, Greece requesting more aid. And until we actually find out what happens, it's just going to be rumor mill type stuff. But nevertheless, it is a risk event, so be prepared. So that's what I've got for today, folks. Good trading to all.
As always, be sure to check out the written blog at www.fxedu.com to get complete coverage of today's Forex market. If you would like to learn more about how to trade the Forex market from professionals like myself, be sure to check out our affordable Forex trading courses. And if you're already a seasoned professional or aspire to be one, ask us how we can help you achieve your Forex goals. Go to www.fxedu.com to get started today.